Hello, everybody, and welcome into HelenKenner.com. I'm going to wait just a few seconds to see if anybody wants to hop on real quick. I hope everybody's had a great week. I have. And tonight we've got a really cute project. And what I'm doing is using the same design but using different paper and stamp sets to show you how different and easy it is to take and copy and share, but use your own imagination. So this is a fancy fold. Let's see if I can get it in there. This is a fancy fold that is really, really cute. Look at that. Isn't that cute? What it is I and my husband are going to have an oyster roast next weekend. You have to eat oysters in certain months. And so this will be our third annual oyster roast down at the river. And so I've been making these invitations. I've already sent out save the date, so hopefully everybody will be able to come. But I want to send out these invitations. Well, wouldn't you know that Stampin'Up has by the bay. Now what did I do with it? I must have left it outside. The paper, which is absolutely gorgeous, and it even has like shiny, like it's been embossed on several of the papers. Shoot, I can't believe I. No, here it is. I thought I brought it, and it's really cool. Let me show you what's so cool about it. Look. Can you see that? Look at that. This is the piece that I used. Look, some of the oysters are metallic-y or shiny. Look at that. So beautiful. Oh, and this is one of my favorites right here. And look, I love it. So happy. This one's really different. And this one. Look at that one. You'll say, hey, when you get here. And then you see how this one's a little bit different than that one because they've used darker, it's not the same. It's a darker palette than the lighter one. But anyway, and then the back sides are just as pretty, but they don't have that metallic-y. But look at that. All kinds of seashells. And look at that. Love it, love it, love it. Excuse me. Anyway, I mean, it looks like you can, that's like scary water. Or you can turn it this way and make it, coming up. Sorry about that. But see, the back side almost has like seams that you can make out of it. That one looks like oysters without the shiny stuff on them. Isn't that cool? Well, anyway, so I just love this paper. I wanted to use it with my invitations. And then I decided, well, I'm going to show y'all how easy it is to take the same design and then change it up, and look how completely different that looks. Really, really pretty. This one is using the Country Lane pattern. This is the one that I'm using. Got really, really pretty. This one too. Look at that. And so what I did was each pack of Designer Series paper, on the back of it, I've told y'all this many times, so hopefully y'all remember, on the back it tells you what colors to use. So, it didn't say balmy blue, did it? Where did I get that? Yep, balmy blue, mint macaron, mossy meadow, petal pink, and sweet sorbet. So I pull out all of those cardstock, and then I decide which paper I'm going to use, because of course, you know, and then find the one that works best with that designer series paper. Someone's trying to get up with me. Let's see. Now I've turned on my my flashlight. Now I don't know how to turn it off. Hey Siri, turn off my flashlight, please.
Okay, I turned flashlight off.
I love Siri. So anyway, I set it up here and tried to figure out which one I liked, because this one has a lot of the colors in it. But I decided to go with the mint macaron and bring in those colors, and the sweet sorbet and bring in those colors, and then of course the petal pink. Do you see that? So I picked out mint macaron for the base, and sweet sorbet petal pink, and I thought that would be really pretty, and it is. So that's how I did that one. And for the body, what is it? Seaside Bay. Whew. It was gold. Oh, we saw the gold in there. Night of Navy, Coastal Cabana, petal pink, and balmy blue. So when I got the paper out, I did the exact same thing. I went and looked at, you know, which colors are going to look best with that. Does that make sense? So I held it up to kind of see. So this one wouldn't look too good, though you can see some of the Coastal Cabana in there. So I decided to use the balmy blue and the petal pink to bring out the petal pink. So those are the two colors that I used with that card. But that's how I did it. You pull out the colors that they recommend, and then get the designer series paper that you're going to use and see which one's going to go with it. Does that make sense? I hope that helps y'all. That's how I do it anyway. Okay. So why don't we get started? These are the measurements are going to be on my blog. So why don't we start with this one? This one's really, really cute. All right. So what I did, you see how this is? What I did was I cut a 4 1/4 by 11, like normal, you know, just a half a sheet of cardstock, and scored it at 5 1/2, just like normal. And then I cut off 3 inches. So I put this back in the my cutter, which is where I didn't bring it in here either. I put it back in my cutter and cut off 3 inches, so that all that's left is this 2 1/2 piece. So it's 5 1/2. So if I want 2 1/2, then I have to cut off 3. Does that make sense? So that you end up with a piece like this. So then you're going to take your designer series paper, and I wanted to show you this. Now you can make the inside whatever you want. So here I've got a wider margin than I do here. So that will help you determine what size designer series paper to cut. So, even though I'm telling you, 5.5, no, let's see, 5 1/4 by 4, it could be 3.5. Does that make sense? So it depends upon what size you want this to be. So this one is going to be a little bit different than like the blue one would be. So we're going to go ahead and see, this one looks very lovey-dovey and Valentine-y, and I didn't want that, so that's why I'm using the other side. Oop. And I'm going to use these 3 sides to help me line it up and eyeball it. You can use your grid paper if you want to help you line it up. There. All right. So got that in. Now this one comes with a sentiment on the inside. But what I want to do is you're going to cut a piece of cardstock. On my blue one, I used white cardstock, but on this one, I used the mint macaron. And you cut it 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, both of them. Then you layer your designer series paper on top and then cut it at a diagonal. Now I went ahead and did that already here, so it originally was like this. Okay, so that is 2.5. So 2.5 by 2.5 on both of them, the cardstock and the designer series paper. You put your designer series paper on and then cut it in half. Okay, so since I've already done it for this one, I didn't have it done for this one. So now I just put this in like that. Does that make sense? But you're going to use some dimensionals because we're making a pocket. We're making a pocket for that to slip into. So I just put a couple of dimensionals here. And then you know where your pocket's going to be. Now, you're going to have a 1 inch by 4. And we're going to put it over here and give it a little bit of a margin so it doesn't fit, exactly top to bottom. Now this one does. So that's what I'm saying. You can make it where however you want it to be. This one's all the way. So this is 4 1/4. This one's a 1/4, so that I have an 1/8 of an inch margin all the way around it to make it a little bit different. So we've put our designer series paper in the middle. We went ahead and put our corner piece on, and then we've put our designer series paper there. So let's go ahead and stamp the inside. This one's going to say, I love hanging out with you. Now this one is from the Kitty Cat stamp set that we have. I tried to find something that says you're invited, but no. So it depends on where, if you're going to write. If you are, you can put it here, you can put it up there. Why don't we put it to the top left, and then that way it gives us a bunch of places to write. No, I don't like that. I'm going to stick it in the middle. And then we can write around it. Don't you think that looks better? Okay. Now y'all know I have to clean as soon as I do that because I will get it everywhere. There. I'm going to use the same stamp in my other card. And when you go to put this down, you want it just a little bit underneath, like that. Okay, so okay. There you go. All right, so now we're at this point. Okay, so we're going to stamp. You know, this is our country bouquet stamp set. So we're going to do the flowers and the leaves. And those are the flowers are going to be in the petal pink. And then the greenery is going to be in the mint macaron. And I'm going to do the greenery first because it has little places that'll show you where the flowers are supposed to go. Now I got my finger all in it. Okay, so I'm going to put the sharp edge down where I want it. Now I like sitting here for a second and giving it a chance to soak up. There. Okay. Now the flowers. You want to find 3 or 4 areas that your flowers go in. So in the corners. And you keep moving it around until you find it. Until you find that spot that you're like, yep, that's where it goes. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I've already cleaned that off. Okay, so the other thing that we're going to stamp is right here on a piece of 3 1/4 inch. 3/4 inch, sorry. Just wanted to say, and that's going to be in the Sweet Sorbet. There you go. Hey, Naomi. Hey, Libby. Hey, Diana. You know what? I went straight home the other day and was so involved in what I was thinking about that I drove right home and forgot to contact you, Diana. But I am going to one of these days. I'm trying to do 10 things at one time, actually. My brother that passed away a year ago, we're trying to settle his estate. And so that's why I went home last week and probably have to go back again this week. And then my oldest brother is the one that's here in the hospital. So I have been trying to help him out. He normally would have taken care of all that for me. But then I had to do it. And then I was like, oh no. We tried selling a car. Okay, so do you see how I did that? So you put this on together. Now you want to cover this up. And you want enough of it to go in there. So I use my fingernail as a, and put a mark to tell me where I want to put my adhesive so that I don't go too far over. If you go too far over here, then it's going to stick. So you don't want to do that. So I'm using that little mark right there and right here to guide me on where to put this. Okay, so I'm going to put it right there. That'll cover up underneath and give me enough room to put right there. All right, see how good that was? It didn't get any adhesive. So now what you'll do is just put it up underneath there to hold it shut. All right, we're going to put this on there. Just wanted to say, and I'm going to leave it very simple. There you go. And I really honestly think that the Lord sent us the guy that ended up buying my brother's car. He's just as sweet as he could be. He's my oldest son's age. And he drove up with this big smile on his face. As soon as he saw my brother's car, he knew that that was what he wanted. And that he was not leaving until he got that car. But he was so sweet about it. And you know, when you feel good, your heart feels good. He's happy. We're happy. It was just a good experience for me anyway. I was so glad to sell my brother's car to somebody that I felt like was going to take good care of it, that really wanted it. It was, you know, he knew how to work on it. Not that it didn't need any work, but I'm just saying, you know. Anyway, it worked out real good. And there. Okay. Don't you think that's hanging off too much? I better snip that. So that's what I was doing going to Swansboro or Hubert. I like it. Like it, like it, like it. Okay. There we go. All right. All right, next one. It's doing the same thing. Oh. Now, Diana, do you work like during the day? I mean, like if I wanted to stop by and say, hey, that wouldn't like mess you up, would it? All right, so again, I'm going to have to, yeah, here it is, yay. I don't want to mess you up, like get you in trouble. So you guys can watch me do this. All right, now I'm going to have to cut off 3 inches off the front. There. Okay. All right. Now let me see. Now this one's done just a little bit different, but I'm going to try to show you the same thing. So this is the one that has the oysters on it. When I was a little girl, my grandmother had we would always have the family reunion at her house. All right, do you see how this one's got a lot more room for a margin? Again, you know, so that's how if you're going to do it a little bit different. And she would have the oyster roast at her house. Now, my cousins come to the, who's coming to the oyster roast this week, or next week actually. This one goes all the way to the top. See how easy this is? It's coming together really good. Okay, I've already done the same thing with this, so now I need to put this on. Now, everybody that's coming, or a lot of them live on the water, and they all know how to have a oyster roast. But you've got to have butter for sure to soak them in, and your own oyster knife. I've got several of those. All right, do you see? I'm talking without telling y'all, so if y'all have questions, certainly let me know. Do you see the oysters? They're so cool, aren't they? All right, so now what we're going to do, this one doesn't have a saying in there, but you can put one if you want to. So I'm going to stamp with Sahara sand for the sand. I want it to look sandy. Diana, have you ever been to an oyster roast? What people have asked me, well, what should they bring to, like, as a side dish? Well, I always have well, there's coleslaw, of course, any kind of salad, macaroni salad, shrimp salad's good. What else? Y'all help me think of something. Of course, if you can, you know, hush puppies, or you don't have to get hush puppies, but biscuits from Bojangles is good. Does anybody else do that? All right, this time I'm going to put I Love Hanging Out With You on the top. I've already messed that up, didn't I? All right, can't take it. I'm going to have to do it again, this time without messing up. Yeah. Dessert. Love dessert. Let's see. Oh, you don't work. Okay, goody, goody, goody. Well, thank y'all. Hey, Wanda. Wanda, tell me what I need to bring to what do I need to tell people to bring to an oyster roast? All right. All right, I'm doing this in Night of Navy. One here and one there. I could keep doing that, but then I think, no, I'm going to just do two of them. They'll know what that means. All right, and then I've got the little birds in Night of Navy. Now I'm only going to put one little bird. You want to look and make sure that I have some, doggone it, I have some Q-tips. Of course I can't find them. All right, let me try to get it without getting it all over me. There. All right, with one little bird over here. Oh, there you go. And then again, I'm going to use the same sentiment that says, I love hanging out with you. Okay, now this time I'm going to put it more to the left so that it's not like underneath it. Does that make sense? So you can read it. So I'm going to put it more over here. There. Hot dog. Okay. Oh, yeah, oyster roast. Yeah, chips and dip. Yeah, crackers. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. Chicken wings. Yum, yum, yummy. Yeah. Buffalo. Yeah. Whoo, y'all are making me hungry now. Yes, that's so good. I've gotten crackers. Yes, for sure, crackers. And, chips and dip. Yeah. My sons, y'all, this is so funny when they grow up, you don't know, where they've been and what they've done and who they've done what with. So the very first oyster roast we had, both sons came, and y'all, they had gone to the grocery store and they bought Old Bay, some kind of butter, garlic butter, um, all this different kind of hot sauce, and I and I said, "Who brought all this?" And well, we stopped at the grocery store and got it. They had been to a couple of oyster roasts. And it was just funny, you don't when you don't know what they like in college, what they gotten into. It was just funny because I just thought, well, they've never been to an oyster roast, so we're gonna have one and let them experience it. And boy, they surprised me. Doggone it. They knew exactly what to bring to an oyster roast. So, okay, there's my marks again. Can you see them? I know you can't, but there's little marks that I've used with my fingernail, and so that I don't get the adhesive there, so it doesn't, the adhesive doesn't make it stop. Okay, I almost forgot the ribbon. One thing that I had to learn to bring was a glove. I still have marks on the on this hand right there. 3 little things where my oyster knife poked into me. I don't know. Can y'all see it? I don't know if y'all can see it. I feel like you could see it, but it's 3 little marks right there, and it's from where I didn't wear gloves, is what I'm thinking, because it hurt after that oyster roast last year. I thought, a friend of mine brought gloves, and I thought, I am bringing some next year. I'm going to get some. There, this is some of the balmy blue, what is it? Variegated ribbon. But isn't that pretty? There. All right. Both of those. Don't you like this out here better than up underneath there? I do. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I didn't color my oysters in. Now, these oysters have like the balmy blue and the petal pink. So that's what I did. I got the dark petal pink. I tried it with the light, but once it dries, it's too light. So I got the dark, colored it in to kind of match. And then I went over it again to make it a little bit darker. And then the balmy blue. The balmy blue was the light balmy blue, so that you don't have to so it's not so dark. There. Oh, almost forgot that. Can you see it? Kind of matches these over here. Good. There. Whew. Let me get everything out of the way. All right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this. it just really, you can do the exact same thing with two different color palettes, and it just makes it look so different, doesn't it? All right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Y'all, thank y'all for all your bringing. Yeah, spring break. Yes, yes. Oh, thank y'all. I grew up in Buffalo, New York, so we are chicken wing kind of people than seafood. Uh huh. Yum. There was something on TV just the other day about chicken wings up in Buffalo. My brother was telling me about it. That's who it was. He had seen the documentary about it and how buffalo wings started up there and made their way down here. And he said it was just so interesting. Love love wings too. But seafood, seafood, seafood. Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right, everybody. I hope y'all have a great week. I'm going to put all the measurements and stuff on my. Oh, thank you, Naomi. Oh, yeah, that's really pretty, isn't it? Um, and I guess I'll see y'all next week. If you have any questions, just put them underneath here or on my blog, and I'll answer as soon as I can. And thank y'all for coming. I really appreciate it. All right. Y'all take care, and I'll see y'all next Wednesday, okay? All right. Take care. Bye bye.